we're going to try and pick the truth from a lineup of lies. Now, Robyn, before we get into that, criminology was one of my favourite subjects ever. I had the best time. I even went to jail as part of it. It was so multifaceted. Can you just give us a little snapshot? What is the program?
Well, welcome back to Bond. It's wonderful to see you, Candice.
It was last week, right? Not 10 years ago? Yeah, last week.
Absolutely. And we still are taking our students to prison. Each semester we try and go on a prison visit with a small group and see the prisons of South East Queensland. And lots are always happening in criminology, so crime never sleeps, and so we're always updating the program. A couple of new subjects, cybercrime and explaining crime are going to be offered. We've also got a new graduate certificate in criminology starting next semester, and keeping on with updating those programs and offerings.
So what sort of career path might we take with criminology?
A lot of our students, particularly those who do live in South East Queensland, work for probation and parole or corrective services generally. Some will end up doing training roles or psychology roles in correctional centres. And that often, the jobs come about because they do internships, of course, through Bond and get academic credit for it. And so many of the students that I have personal contact with have been offered jobs following their internships, which is very exciting.
That's great. And I personally found that I was able to get really, really high marks because I just loved researching about it. It was sort of like human interest rather than study. So that's sort of my take on criminology. But yeah, I really, really loved it. I thought about, maybe going into journalism with that. So that's another career aspect, speaking of journalism. But now we're going to do something fun. So I know there's loads of students tuning in. They're really excited about your program and they'd like to see us put this to the test. So we're going to ask beautiful student, and actually a friend of mine, Jade Anderson. She's going to answer 2 questions and Robyn is going to let us know if she's lying. I'll take part and we'd love for you to take part at home. Let us know what you think, comment, tweet, respond on any one of the channels. All right, so do you want to take over from here?
Yeah, so yes, Jade is a crim student and I've known her now for 3 years. So I should have some familiarity with how she expresses herself, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be very good at detecting deception because it's very difficult. We humans are not very good as lie detectors, and so we've only got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. So, but Jade's been prepped before, she knows the questions, but I don't know how she's going to answer them. And this is pretty much like a real life situation in the sense that if you were a witness to a crime or you indeed even a suspect, you would have some idea of what was going to be asked of you. So Jade, yes. Under our lockdown circumstances, our thoughts are turning to memories and photographs about vacations and travel, which has been denied to us for a while. So can you tell me the best holiday you've ever been on?
Absolutely. So first of all, thank you guys for having me. The best holiday I ever went on was a trip to America with my parents. My favourite part of it was we went to Sedona. We stayed there for 4 days. It was absolutely beautiful. It is called one of Hollywood's gems, and I fell in love with it. It has just an air about it that's intoxicating. And we even got to see a bit of snow there, which is very rare, but it's beautiful. And when they say it's Hollywood's gems, they really mean it because there are even laws about having certain colour schemes for your houses, certain lighting. It was just educational and a beautiful time with my parents and so secluded. Honestly, I would do it again in a heartbeat. So that was my best holiday.
Aww, that was lovely.
Well described.
I want to go.
I want to go.
Yes,
exactly.
Okay, so one more.
Will I answer that one first?
Yeah, go
I
that
might
one.
have to quit
you
my
know,
job.
You know. What do you think?
It always is very difficult, but I thought she was closing her eyes, reminiscing, used her hands a little bit, but there is no single marker for telling a lie. So I'm trying to look at the whole cluster of behaviours, and I may well have it wrong, but that's okay because that's a learning moment for us all.
Absolutely.
At Bond. But I'm going to say it was the truth.
It was a lie.
No way!
That's the end of my career.
Maybe you need to get into acting. acting. This is incredible. I'm honestly blown away. I know Jade, and I can't believe that you're good at this. Well, I guess we probably should just avoid lying altogether. It makes things a little bit easier. Now, Robyn Lincoln is about to join Joel Mason from the School of Psychology over at our Chat with an Expert session. So, Robyn, you're going to have to run, I think. Head over to bond.edu.au/chat to join the session and chat further.